All right, everybody, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Out of Bounds. I'm Rashad Milligan. Today, we are joined by a very, very special guest in the building. We have a young lady who I watch every single day, Monday through Friday. We have Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, in the building. Stat Baby, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I can't call it. I can't call it, man. It's so cool to have you here. Just stop by Rolling Out and Out of Bounds. We wanted to celebrate and kind of acknowledge your new show. Check the stat. I guess just like getting your own show, kicking off with that. Like, how was that? How did that feel? Like, when you got the kind of like the news and stuff that you were gonna have your own show. And like, what is the show about for the people who want to know?
Yeah, so initial reaction, it was super, super dope. I've always wanted my own show. So when kind of the opportunity presented itself, I was very, very excited. Check out the stat is basically highlighting women in sports and women in the industry. And I also talk about entertainment topics. And then I have a segment where it's called Tell Me What's Up. And then I talk to viewers and we discuss trending topics happening in the world. So it's supposed to be fun, but also highlight sports and also an emphasis on highlighting women because I feel like we should have more opportunities where women in sports can kind of show their shine and talk about what they're doing as well. So it's been super, super dope.
Right, no, 100%. And I saw like a large portion of the first episode and everything, and that's exactly what you did. You shined the light on Asia Wilson, you shined the light on Angel Reese, and then you kind of
Yeah.
transitioned to Caitlin Clark, and you mix culture in there as well, talking about Jada Pickett and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
it's the idea is dope, the concept is dope, and everything like that. I'm a fan of it. And I'm very interested to see how it progresses as the time goes on and things of that
Thank
nature.
you.
For you and your personal journey, I guess when did you first fall in love with sports?
Yeah. So, fun fact I actually played sports in high school. Was I good? No. I played basketball and then I also did track and field, but I knew I hated running for real, especially after doing like all the sprints and stuff in basketball. So, I did field. So, I was doing discus, javelin, and shot put. And then me and my dad, we watched sports a lot growing up. So, it kind of connected there. And then definitely going to University of Miami, like we're a football like sports school, so that field kind of really attracted me to wanting to work in sports and basically that whole thing with it.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Cool, cool, cool. So, just thinking about that background and kind of where you are now. I guess just like your journey was, it was kind of quick. It's like because you
Oh
just
yeah.
finished school, and like before you finished school, while you were still senior year, that's when you started doing It Is What It Is. So I guess just like when did you get the initial call for It Is What It Is? And how was
Yeah.
that for you last semester, right? Like you're still senior,
Yeah.
you're on this big national show that's like going viral by each episode going viral.
Yeah, it was definitely very, 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 very quick. I didn't really know where things were gonna go. I started the show in March, and in that time period, it was literally like, okay, spring break, getting ready for midterms, having to get ready for finals, graduation, and then it was like, boom, content producing, hosting, show. So it was like both things at the same time. Like I said, everything was very unexpected because I don't think I really, it was a new show. So I don't think nobody knew what was to be until like we started posting videos and it was just like the traction sped up so quick. So it was crazy, it was fast, but it's been honestly the best journey ever. So yeah.
And I want to ask you, even staying alongside those lines of just like for you personally, kind of like
Hmm.
uh springing into like being a public figure now. Like how
Hmm.
is that for you? Because like you said, like I'm sure you go to school and as you're going to journalism classes and stuff like
Yeah.
that, you have these dreams and hopes and dreams like you're one day gonna get here. But like for you to go from student to like Stat baby, like walking outside or
Yeah.
going eating dinner and stuff like that, and people, hey, yo, Stat, tell Cam, like, how is
Yeah.
that going to that transition in like 2 months?
It's so funny you say that because that's quite literally what happens. Like I don't even like I don't know, maybe just cuz it's me, like I don't even view myself as like a public figure, but that's the reality, I guess, of what it is because a lot of people are tuned into the show. And even like initially, like even when I go out with my friends and stuff, like we were out in LA, we were eating dinner, and shout out to whoever the guy was, but like he like opened the door mid like eating and was like, "Are you stat baby?" Like, yo, like, and like dap me up, like asked for a picture. And my friends are looking because like a couple months ago when we would go out, that wasn't happening. Now at this point I'm a lot more used to it, but especially from my friends and family members, even when I'm walking out with my mom, they're like, "What?" Like, even just like being addressed as stat, because obviously like my name's Treasure, but for me it like connects all as one. I mean, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Everybody's been super dope that I have met and have introduced themselves to me. So it's definitely been an interesting experience, but it's been really cool.
And I want to kind of ask, like, alongside of that, like, I remember, well, no, not remember, just checking, like, kind of your background and stuff like that, doing a little research on your
Mhm.
YouTube channel. Like, back in school, you had like a lot of videos of like what guys look for in girls and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I want to ask you along those lines. Obviously the DMs is going crazy. How do you decipher like who's really there for me and who wants
Yeah.
to just be next to stat baby?
Yeah, you can't decipher it. Like, I'm like, I feel like, like how we all say, like, oh, it's hard out here, right? It's hard out here for everybody. I'm personally right now just like cooling, going with the flow. There have been a lot of people in the DMs. It's just what happens. I'm just looking for the right type of person, good vibes, good energy, and somebody who's kind of authentic to themselves. Because I also feel like when people see you in a certain role or have this sort of image about you, they feel like they need to change who they are or switch things up. And I'm very down to earth. And like the more people talk to me and meet me, they see that and they're like, "Oh, I didn't really expect you to be like that." I'm like, I don't know what you expected me to be like, but I hope it's good things. So, in that department, it is what it is. Like,
It is what it
you're
is. You
right.
gotta walk in now with like the designer glasses and stuff and the
Yeah.
jewelry and the
Yeah.
chain and like, oh, excuse me, hello, is this
See,
the
I ain't never gonna
Cheesecake
switch it up.
Factory? You have to do that. And like that's like the expectation from you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm
Um
never finna do all that. That's not even me. Like, I'm real cool, down to earth. Because even if it's like, where's the rollie at? I'm like, I I'm not even the type to be like, yo, like, but everybody want to see it, so I'm like, slightly, I'll take it out here and there, but yeah,
There's no need to. It's too, what I'm saying, bring it out when you need to, you
yeah,
know what I'm
it's real
saying? Don't bring
flashy,
it out
so it's
just
like,
because people. Yeah,
right,
it's like seeing Shador and be like, Shador, like leave
yeah,
the kid
like,
alone. But I guess just kind of even staying along those lines and stuff. Oh, that was the question I wanted to ask. The trending topic of last week is cheesecake a good like? Is it a no go for the first date, or are you still human?
Oh, I like Cheesecake Factory. They like if you go to Cheesecake, which I'm sure a lot of people have, they have an option like you're gonna find something on that menu that you want to eat. So yes, Cheesecake Factory. I'm always gonna get the pasta because that's just what I like, and they have good drinks. And honestly, like cheesecake, even like because I was talking to a lot of my friends about it, they're like that's like a second date type option. So I don't. I'm okay with cheesecake. I mean, if that's what we doing, that's what
What
we doing.
Treasure, what is the problem? Let's get to it. What is the problem? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram? Is it what is it? What is going on right now? Like, what is the
Right.
problem?
This just based off like the list, like what's going on? Why are we struggling?
What? No, it's not even. It's just like in general, like even this is like beyond the list because I know people were saying that about cheesecake before the list. The list
Right.
just brought up the whole cheesecake debate to everybody
Right.
else, but it was like this chain restaurants isn't a good idea. This isn't a good idea because it's just like I don't know. It's just like if you don't get this, then you settling and don't settle
Right.
because it's something big. And like that thing that they keep doesn't exist. It's like the people that you see with the pedals and everything like that on
Right.
Twitter, on Instagram, and stuff. It's like you don't know. Like they fight all the time. And
Right.
it's just like what is the issue? Do you think of that is kind of set these kind of unrealistic standards? I hate to say it,
Yeah.
unrealistic, but
No,
unrealistic
it
standards.
is. I mean the main thing is social media. Like people idolize, you know, what they see as a celebrity or a public figure. And so, yeah, like when somebody's dropping a couple racks, like to give somebody some chains, some flowers, private jet, like that's unrealistic. And it's like, no tea, no shade, but like a lot of the times in those situations, they had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations to get to that point. Like nobody is just gonna come out the bat perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people are afraid now, especially to trust the process. They just want to get to that end result. So it's putting a lot of people against each other because I personally feel like now a lot of people want to be the prize. I feel like men and women both want to be the prize. That might make people feel some type of way, but I do because, you know, both parties want to be treated at a certain level, which I mean, as you should, but somebody's like, I feel like I should be treated better. I feel like I should be treated better, like men versus women. So it comes to just bickering and being like, you know what? Scratch cheesecake off the table. You got to do this and you got to do that, which it should never be that way. I think a lot more things should be authentic, just getting to know each other. A lot of people are over the whole talking stage as well because nobody's going to be texting 2, 3 months all day. But I don't know. There's a lot of problems. I think it's going to be hard for people to get realistic about, you know, what they want just because of what they see. Um, but yeah, I don't know how it's going to be fixed. That I
Beyond
cannot answer.
No, no, you good. Beyond dating, just in life in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you said something there where you said social media has people kind of glamorizing and worshiping, idolizing the celebrity
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. So you now being, like you said, a public figure,
Mm-hmm.
a celebrity yourself. You are a celebrity. Like I know, like you might hear that and you might, oh, that's a celebrity. But it's like you are a celebrity now. So it's like
Yeah.
being a celebrity now, getting clout. Um, just how is it like, like when people say the grass ain't always greener on the other side, like how, like kind of how, what is your message to the person that's looking at you on the gram and like, dang, I wish I could be sad. If they're perfect example, I'm a 23-year-old journalism graduate, and I'm still waiting. Either waiting for my first job, or
Mm-hmm.
B, I'm at my first job at a market in Iowa talking about the corn fair that's coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking on Instagram. They're like, "Man, I wish I could just have been like Stat." Like, what is your
Yeah.
message to those people?
Yeah, my message is definitely keep grinding. We all have to start somewhere. In my journey, and like you also have to realize everybody's journey is going to be different. In my journey, I started so early. Like I wasn't working, like yeah, I had my retail jobs and stuff in like high school, but as soon as I like hit college, like I wasn't even focused on like, oh, I'm gonna go party or oh, I'm gonna work like this type of job. Like I was finding internships, unpaid internships, doing things in the communications realm that I wasn't even really interested in, but I knew it would start my connections and get me comfortable in the field. I was just applying and doing everything. Like on weekends, my friends would be going out. I was at like the journalism conventions with like people older than me sitting in their group public meetings to like see who I could meet. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process. Like I said, people always see the end point but forget where you started to see where you are now. You know, nobody wants to talk about the struggles in between. And like you're gonna struggle. And even if you are in a small market in Iowa or whatever, like that's still a start. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like that's not enough because all of these points are going to get you to where you want to be. And even if you want to be cool in Iowa, Arkansas, wherever that might be, and that just makes you comfortable, that's okay too because I'm all for people who are following their passions. And if you're doing your passion, you've already exceeded 90% of people in this world because some people aren't even doing what they're really interested in. So that's
Be
my advice.
grateful. Be grateful, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I want to go to all right, I'm trying to think of anything else before I get into the fun stuff. And
Okay.
these are questions that like the basic questions you get all the time. So,
Okay.
all right, I'm gonna just start off. Here we go. I got a channel. I got a
You're
channel.
scaring me.
What's it like working with Cam and Mase?
What's it? Oh, it's so dope. They're both super, super cool. I feel like they value what I have to say. So they listen to my opinions a lot. And shoot, like, obviously, we're on a desk a lot. Like, I talk to them every single day, all the time. Like, they're super cool, super down to earth. Like, definitely the best bosses I've ever had in life. Um, and then it's like cool because it's like, okay, like we're filming together, like talking about sports, kicking it, talking about entertainment, and I'm learning stuff from them. And then it's also like me and Cam, for example, just did like hosted a brunch on Sunday. Like it's real cool. So
That's fire. That's fire. And a lot of times I see like Cam in particular, he'll like reference some stuff from the '90s and the '80s and be like, "Stat, you don't know anything about that." And a lot of
amen,
times you
say
might be
man.
like, "Maybe not." You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you. I guess here's like some of the fun stuff. What's your favorite Cam song? Like, and how many Cam Dipset songs, May songs, Bad Boy songs that you know going into this? Obviously, you're black, so so
Mm,
so you knew some. But like
yeah.
just how much did you know about them and their music background before you joined them? And kind of what's
Um,
your favorite song from both of them?
So, like, I knew of both of them. Like, yes, guys, I know I was born in 2001. Like, can't change that. I'm young. I knew of both of them. Cam, what really did it, like, even aside from his music, like the pink fur, like that was like especially viral for my generation. And then I knew a lot of Mace's music. So, yeah, I feel like what is my favorite Cam song? Like I've actually never been asked that. Like recently, I like his song that's like, Ma, I be hugging the block. It's Suck It or Not. That one's pretty good. And obviously
Baby girl, how you doing? A
yeah,
night.
like, that
Hey,
song is
come on, man. Shout out Lil Wayne, man. You know what I'm saying?
he
Come
snapped.
on, come on.
And
Hey,
then
look. Hey, now that became Narwhal. You said I never got it. I said, wow, how has no one asked her this? But anyways,
nobody's actually asked me that
okay,
before
okay,
because
all right, all
I'm
right, all right.
trying to,
I'll let you go. I'll let you
yeah. And then Mace, like bad, 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 bad boy, make me feel so good. I like that
go.
one. So yeah, yeah,
Come on,
I like both of
man.
those songs. Those are my favorites, probably. But yeah,
That's fire.
I mean,
That's fire.
obviously, oh boy too, but like I feel like that's like the classic answer. But
Okay.
yeah,
So you say, I guess, the song with Lil Wayne.
yeah,
Number one. Number two, the bad, and then
feels so
number three
good.
is Old
Yeah, I
Boy.
like that song.
Okay, cool, cool, cool beans. All right, cool. So, what was your reaction when you first heard that OJ was joining the show?
Um, I didn't really have a reaction because we never had a football analyst, if that made sense. So when him and AB both became our football analysts, like I was just like, oh, like this is different. But shoot, I mean, OJ is a great football player. That was before my time. So it was pretty cool. And he has a lot of knowledge about things that I didn't even know about. Like he was telling us how he was marching with MLK. Like that, like I said, before my time. So I just be learning from all of them.
What was it? Was it like one of those things of, dang, I never expected to become friends with Ultra, like the juice, like I never, expected my lifetime trajectory.
I mean, definitely that as well. Like I never expected anything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really go in with an expectation. I'm just like there's a surprise every day, you know? So, I think
What
I
What do you want
found
to
out
say
like
to
the day
them?
before.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, you're good. I said I think I found out like the day before. So, I was like, "Oh, let's get working." Like,
So he was like, yeah, OJ and AB are gonna join us, and then you were like,
yeah.
oh, okay, that's different. All right, well, hey, let's
No,
ride,
like
Broncos
literally
country, let's ride.
exactly. That's literally what
Uh, I,
happened.
I want to ask you, like, kind of, I want to give you a chance to kind of have the floor and thank, say words of appreciation to Cam and Mace for giving you this opportunity, for giving you your own, going above and beyond, like, because they didn't
Yeah.
have to, beyond just making you the host of the show, but like the gifts on there, and then to give you your own show a few months later,
Mhm.
just not even a year into it.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a chance to kind of say thank you to them right now.
Yeah, I'm very appreciative of the both of them. Like they have put me in a position that I never even foresaw me being, especially this quick. And basically having that chance to have two icons in music, hip hop, basically let me know that they believed in me. Like that just doesn't happen often, and that's kind of one of those stories that you never expect it to be you. And so I'm happy that like they gave me that chance. And even like always told me, they were like, you're really good at your work. Like you're really good at what you do. Like they give their gratitude towards me 24/7. Things that I, would never imagine, especially being the only woman working with them. Like I'm always the only girl on set. Like the only other time there was a girl was like with like the makeup artist. But yeah, I'm only the only girl, so I gotta hold my own, and I just appreciate them for everything that they've been able to do for me and taught me and kind of like mentors at the same time. And it's like we've developed a relationship where I know if I need anything, I can call them. Like Cam and my dad be chatting on the phone. Like that means a lot to me because it's not even like I'm seeing it's just like work. You know what I'm saying? It's like they are making sure that I have the opportunity to also go far on my own, which I couldn't thank them enough for that.
Um, man, like just as a viewer, like this is my chance. I want to give you your flowers. Like, you're doing, like they say, you're doing such an amazing job. Like what you're doing is not
Thanks.
easy. Like you're doing a live show for an hour,
Yeah.
fact checking, getting stats. If someone says a stat wrong, actually is it actually is that like a lot of people, and keeping the flow of the conversation going. A lot
Right.
of times, some people, especially if they're friends, long term friends that go back as
Hmm.
far as Cam and Mase go, like you can go on tangents about your childhood. You have to kind of reel it back in and be like,
Right.
all right, so the Cowboys game, like, so it's like
Right.
what you do isn't easy, and you do a very good job of doing that. So I just want
Thank
to let you know
you. It
that.
is difficult. And I will add another thing that's really important for me is being respectful because I
Mhm.
think some people, if they were in the position or watch other people, they're like, oh, like I always want to be respectful because even now, even just black men and black women, I don't know why they make it seem like we can't coexist and get along. Like we can. Like
Look, hey,
that
hold
gotta
on.
stop.
No, 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 no. I have a theory for this, and I want to say
Okay.
this right now. I think that the podcast mics and things of that nature, as I'm speaking on, were like dropped in the black neighborhoods and the black communities to split us up. And these debates that we have every single week were created to break up the black families. And it's working because people are getting divorces because they think that they're settling because a tweet told them that they were settling, or a
Right.
TikTok told them to protect their peace the second you have an argument about how you put up the loaf of bread. So it's like I just think that's what's going on right now between black men and black women. But continue. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, no, you have a point because even down, like that goes to life, that goes to career, and that goes down to dating. There's going to be trials and tribulations. As soon as something goes wrong, you can't give up, whether that be your dream or that be your relationship. I'm not saying let somebody cheat on you for 5 years. That it ain't gotta be like that, but like there's going to be some things that you don't agree with, and sometimes you kind of have to be able to come to an agreement. You know what I'm saying? Like we just kind of give up. I feel like we give up a lot of things too easily, and you can't do that.
Facts, facts. Let me see. Let me see if there. Oh, are you part of NABJ? You said that there are
Yeah.
journalism organizations. Okay, all right. So you're part of NABJ. Just like what have you learned from NABJ? Just kind of being around those figures, and even building and networking horizontally and as well as kind of vertically with like older peers and stuff like that within NABJ.
Yeah. So, I was the president of the U Miami chapter in school, and I actually went to my first conference this year. It was in Alabama. The main thing that I would take away is, I think sometimes people get worried about like, oh, I don't feel if I start content creation, somebody's not going to listen to me, or I'm not going to appeal to the masses. Like, you're gonna find a niche of people who are going to be interested in your work. There's so many different people who like different things, consuming different content. So don't feel like your content has to fit in a certain space because you might start something and create a space that wasn't available before. And then you've opened up a whole new, kind of group of people. I mean, even down to like what we do on It Is What It Is. Like, this was a space to bring sports and hip hop and comedy, which I haven't seen done before. And we've unlocked a whole new audience of people that were looking for something like that or didn't know they were looking for something like that. So don't be afraid to create your content because you're going to find a group of people who are going to want to tune in.
100%, 100%. And Stat, is there anything that like a question that you get all the time in your DMs or maybe on Instagram Live and stuff, and like you kind of can't respond to everybody about it? But
Mm-hmm.
here's kind of your chance to kind of give that advice right now to a
A
question that you
really
might give
good
to the young person right
question.
now.
I get asked a lot of random things. Um, oh, am I related to Cam or Mace? No. Like, I'm not. That's the first thing that came to mind. Second thing is, what was I gonna say? Like I do get asked a lot of advice. I guess where to start. I would just say start creating your own content for sure. Even before I did the show, I had videos up of me doing like a women's podcast on sports like that. So create content because to show somebody that you can do something, we have to be able to see that. So, yeah.
Who do you have this year in college basketball for the women?
College basketball for women
Yeah,
right now, probably LSU.
it's hard. It's hard to pick against them. I feel like UConn's going to give them a good run for their money if they can stay healthy with Paige and AZ.
Yeah.
But LSU, they're like the freaking Avengers.
Yeah, they are. And they're the favorites right now. But I mean, we'll see over time. There's a lot of good women's sports players out, but they definitely have that fan factor, which is really going to help them. So we'll see.
All right, Treasure. Is there anything else before we wrap up that you'd like to add? Anything coming up? Anything coming up? Yeah, yeah. Anything coming up and plug the show as well. Like how often should people expect new episodes? Things of that nature. Go ahead.
Yeah. So check out the stats. I drop an episode every Friday, so tune into that. Next one's coming out this week, of course. And as far as things to look out for, just know I've been working and there is a lot of exciting things coming up that I won't share yet, but stay tuned. Make sure to follow me on Instagram so you guys can keep up to date with what I do.
All right, all right, all right. Cool, cool, cool. And I mean, unless you want to give us an exclusive. I mean, you tease an exclusive. Unless one thing, like one thing. If you had three things coming up, and you
Mm-hmm.
just had to throw out one thing, and then you
Mm-hmm.
could save the other two for your own fault. You can go ahead.
Watch the show.
That's it. You heard it here first. Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, Miami in the building, 305 in the building, Florida in the building. I'm Rashad Milligan for Out of Bounds. We appreciate the time so much. Thanks for stopping by. Out of Bounds.
Thanks. Bye.